Hey there, ThriveBit fam. Let's kick things off with a real talk moment. Have you ever woken up, dragged yourself to work and thought, why am I doing this? Is this really my life? Maybe you're a fresh grad who picked the safe major but now feel trapped. Or maybe you're a few years into your career grinding away but something's off. You're just not vibing with it. If that's you, don't worry, you're not alone. So many of us, myself included, have been there, wondering if we picked the wrong path or if we'll ever find a career we genuinely enjoy. Today, we're diving deep into a game changer that'll flip your perspective on your career. I'm talking about a mind-blowing study from Harvard called the Dark Horse Project. It's all about how regular people, like you and me, find careers that light them up, even if they started in the wrong field. Spoiler alert. It's not about sticking to one straight path. It's about embracing the twists and turns. So buckle up, because this episode is packed with actionable insights to help you find a career you love. Yo, what's good, ThriveBit crew? Welcome to ThriveBit by Andy, your go-to YouTube podcast for business hacks, personal growth, and the motivation to level up your life. I'm Andy, and you're not just watching a video. You're taking a step toward building a career that sparks joy. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button and join the squad. Let's dive in and make your future self proud. What's the Dark Horse Project and why should you care? All right, let's get to the juicy stuff. The Dark Horse Project, run by Harvard researchers, is all about uncovering the secret sauce behind why some people are wildly fulfilled in their careers, even if they didn't start with a clear plan or a perfect degree. The term dark horse comes from sports, like when an underdog team comes out of nowhere and crushes it. Think of that soccer team no one bets on, but they end up winning the championship. In careers, dark horses are people who succeed in unexpected ways, finding deep satisfaction in their work despite starting in fields that didn't quite fit. Why does this matter to you? Because the Dark Horse Project shows that you don't need to have it all figured out at 18, 25, or even 35. Whether you're a coder who hates coding, a business grad who dreads spreadsheets, or someone who's just lost in the sauce, this research proves you can pivot to a career that feels right. It's not about chasing money or status. It's about finding work that makes you feel alive. Curious yet? Let's break down what they found. Is your career path supposed to be a straight line? Here's where things get wild. Most of us grow up thinking a successful career looks like a straight line. You know the vibe. Pick a major, get a degree, land a job in that field, climb the ladder, and boom, success. If you study accounting, you become an accountant. If you go to med school, you're a doctor forever. That's what I call the linear career path, and society drills it into our heads from day one. But the Dark Horse Project flips this idea on its head. The researchers found that the people who are most fulfilled in their careers don't follow a straight line. Instead, their paths are zigzag, full of twists, turns, and unexpected detours. These folks might start in one field, realize it's not their jam, and pivot to something completely different. And here's the kicker. Those pivots are what lead them to a career they genuinely enjoy. This was a total whoa moment for me when I first read about it. I mean, we're taught that changing paths is risky, or means you failed at your first choice. But the data says otherwise. Zigzagging isn't a flaw. It's the key to unlocking a career that lights you up. So, how do these dark horses do it? Let's unpack their playbook. What's the zigzag formula for career happiness? The Dark Horse Project revealed a clear pattern in how people find career fulfillment. It's not random luck, it's a process. They call it the Zigzag formula, and it's made up of 5 key steps that anyone can follow. I'm breaking it down for you, ThriveBit style. so you can start applying this today. Here's how it works. 1. Start somewhere. Everyone begins somewhere, usually in a field they studied or stumbled into. Maybe you picked engineering because your parents said it's stable, or you went into marketing because it sounded cool. Doesn't matter if it's wrong, it's just your starting line. 2. Notice it's not quite right. After some time, you realize this job or field doesn't fully vibe with you. Maybe it's the long hours, the tasks, or just a gut feeling that something's missing. This is where most people feel stuck, but dark horses see it as a signal to pivot. 3. Analyze yourself. This is the game changer. Instead of just quitting, dark horses reflect deeply on their experiences. They ask, what do I love about this job? What do I hate? What am I naturally good at? What lights me up outside of work? This self-analysis helps them uncover hidden passions or talents. 4. Pivot to something new. Armed with insights about themselves, they make a bold move to a new field or role that aligns better with their discoveries. This could mean a slight shift, like moving from coding to tech writing, or a total leap, like going from law to starting a bakery. 5. Discover new talents. As they dive into this new path, they uncover skills or passions they didn't know they had. Each pivot gets them closer to a career that feels like them. And the best part? They keep repeating this cycle, zigzagging until they land in a sweet spot. Sounds simple, right? But it's powerful. Let me hit you with some real-world examples to make this crystal clear. Let's bring this to life with a couple of stories inspired by the Dark Horse Project. First up, meet Alex, a software engineer who graduated with a computer science degree. Alex was killing it at a tech startup, coding all day. But after 2 years, he felt drained. Sitting in front of a screen, debugging code for hours, just wasn't his vibe. But here's what Alex did differently. He didn't just quit and mope. Instead, Alex started paying attention to what he did enjoy. He loved reading tech blogs, geeking out over AI trends, and explaining complex stuff in simple ways on forums. That was his analyze step. He realized he wasn't in love with coding, but he was obsessed with communicating about tech. So, he pivoted. Alex started writing blog posts about AI in his free time, sharing them on platforms like Medium. Fast forward a year, his posts were getting traction, and he landed a gig as a tech content creator for a major publication. Now, Alex wakes up excited to write, and he's even started a TikTok breaking down tech trends for Gen Z. Total zigzag win. Here's another one. Sarah, who studied medicine because her family was all about that doctor life. She got through med school, started working in a hospital, but realized direct patient care stressed her out. Instead of giving up, Sarah reflected on her experiences. She loved organizing health programs during her residency and had a knack for systems thinking. So, she pivoted, enrolled in a part-time MBA, and combined her medical knowledge with business skills. Today, she runs a healthcare startup that's changing how clinics operate. Sarah's career went from bedside medicine to entrepreneurship, a classic zigzag. These stories show that zigzagging isn't about abandoning your skills, it's about carrying what you've learned into a new direction that fits you better. Cool, right? But how do you actually do this? How do you start zigzagging in your own career? All right, ThriveBit fam, let's get practical. You're probably thinking, Andy, this sounds dope, but how do I actually zigzag my way to a career I love? Great question. The key to zigzagging is mastering 2 skills, experiencing and reflecting. Let's break it down with some actionable steps you can start today. Step 1. Experience everything you can. To figure out what you love, you need to try new things. I'm not saying quit your job tomorrow, but open yourself up to new experiences, both inside and outside your current role. Here's how. Say yes to side projects. If you're in finance but love storytelling, volunteer to write your company's newsletter. Test the waters.
Explore hobbies. That photography class or coding boot camp you've been eyeing? Sign up. Hobbies can reveal passions you didn't know you had. Talk to people. Network with folks in different fields. Ask them what they love about their jobs. You'd be surprised how a coffee chat can spark ideas. Take small risks. Try freelancing or a part-time gig in a field you're curious about. It's low stakes, but high reward for discovering what clicks. The goal is to collect data about what makes you tick. The more you experience, the more clues you'll have about what you genuinely enjoy. Step 2. Reflect like a pro. Experiences are useless if you don't reflect on them. Dark horses are masters at analyzing their feelings and spotting patterns. Here's how to reflect like a pro. Journal your thoughts. Every week, write down what you loved, hated, or felt neutral about in your work or side hustles. Look for patterns. Ask the right questions. What tasks make time fly? What drains you? What skills do people compliment you on? What would you do if money wasn't an issue? Track your energy. Notice when you feel energized versus exhausted. That's a huge clue about what aligns with your true self. Get feedback. Ask mentors, friends, or co-workers what they think you're naturally good at. Sometimes others see your strengths before you do. By combining experiences and reflection, you'll start to uncover your unique strengths and passions. That's when you're ready to pivot. Step 3. Make bold pivots. Once you've got clarity on what you love, it's time to make a move. This doesn't always mean quitting your job, though it might. A pivot can be shifting roles, move to a different department in your company that aligns with your passions. Upskilling, take courses to bridge the gap to a new field. Platforms like Coursera or Udemy are gold for this. Starting small. Test your new path with a side hustle before going all in. Going big. If you're ready, leap into a new career or start your own business. The key is to act on your insights. Don't stay stuck just because it's comfortable. Zigzagging takes courage, but it's how you get closer to a career you genuinely enjoy. What if you're scared to pivot? Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. Pivoting is scary. What if you fail? What if you waste time? What if people judge you for giving up? I get it. Those fears are real. But the Dark Horse Project has a big lesson here. Zigzagging isn't quitting. It's about building on what you've already learned and carrying it forward. Here's how to tackle those fears. Reframe failure. A pivot isn't failing. It's redirecting your energy to something that fits you better. Every step teaches you something valuable. Start small. You don't have to go from accountant to artist overnight. Test your new path with small experiments like freelancing or volunteering. Ignore the haters. People might say you're all over the place. But who cares? The happiest people in the Dark Horse study didn't follow the crowd. They followed their gut. Trust the process. Zigzagging isn't random. Each pivot builds on the last, getting you closer to your sweet spot. Still nervous? Think about this. Staying in a job you hate is way scarier than taking a chance on something new. You've got this, ThriveBit fam. Are you falling for these career myths? Before we wrap up, let's bust some myths that might be holding you back from zigzagging to a career you love. The Dark Horse Project exposed these lies we've all been fed. Myth 1. You have to stick with your major. Nope. Your degree doesn't define you. Dark horses used their skills in unexpected ways, like the doctor who became a healthcare entrepreneur. Myth 2. Changing paths means starting over. Wrong. Every job, course, or experience gives you transferable skills. You're never starting from zero. Myth 3. You need to know your passion early.
Most dark horses didn't know their dream career at 18. They discovered it through trial and error. Myth 4. A stable career equals happiness. Stability is great, but if you're miserable, it's not worth it. Fulfillment trumps a paycheck every time. If you're feeling stuck because of these myths, let them go. Your career is yours to shape, and zigzagging is how you make it yours. How to keep zigzagging toward your dream career. So, what's the big takeaway? Finding a career you genuinely enjoy isn't about getting it right the first time. It's about embracing the zigzag path, starting somewhere, noticing what doesn't work, reflecting on what you love, and pivoting toward it. The Dark Horse Project proves that this process works, no matter where you're starting from. Here's your action plan to start zigzagging today. Audit your current role. Write down what you love, hate, and feel meh about in your job or studies. Look for patterns. Try one new thing. Sign up for a class, volunteer, or start a side hustle in something you're curious about. Reflect weekly. Spend 10 minutes every Sunday journaling about your experiences. What's lighting you up? What's dragging you down? Make a small pivot. Based on your reflections, take one step toward a new path. It could be as simple as shadowing someone in a field you're curious about. Repeat and refine. Keep experiencing, reflecting, and pivoting. Each step gets you closer to a career you love. ThriveBit fam. Your career doesn't have to be a straight line. It's okay to zigzag, to try new things, to fail and pivot again. That's how you find work that makes you jump out of bed excited. So, go out there, experiment, reflect, and chase what sets your soul on fire. Thanks for tuning in to ThriveBit by Andy. If this episode sparked something in you, drop a like, share it with a friend who's stuck in a career rut, and hit that subscribe button for more business hacks, personal growth tips, and motivation. Let's keep leveling up together. Until next time, stay thriving.